I was just showing Denise a video of my food from my dinner, and my brother-in-law, he got his food set down first, and then they put the rest of, you got to check out my vlog from today, because he practically inhaled his food. It was just unbelievable.
And it's a weight loss channel. And she got what?
I got a patty melt. I only ate half of it.
And?
Onion rings, and I only ate half of them because Ron ate the other half.
Okay.
But it was bad. I'll admit, it was bad.
Anyway. All right, so...
so we got another package today from Diane Antu.
This is the second one, Diane. You really, Diane.
But she said we have to be very careful opening it.
You need to not do this, really. We're just appreciative of all your support and watching us. We don't need to...
We gotta be careful when we're opening it. I didn't realize the inside had to be open too. Talks amongst yourselves.
Anyway, as you probably already have seen, I did go back to Weight Watchers today. And I put up a video. I'm going to start those back up again on Wednesdays where I have the meeting highlights, and I did that today. Sadly, I had gained back everything I lost, and a little then some. But luckily, Dorothy, who was my favorite, you're making the whole camera shake.
I'm sorry.
Dorothy, who's the leader that I really liked, she was there. And when I was last in there was maybe 20 people. Now it was over 60, and there's only a couple of chairs left. That's how good this leader is and how many people she's brought there. So I was pretty happy to be able to do that. And I've started my thing today, and I did get to swimming, but I never got to walking because I had an extremely busy day. And she's really going to hack this up.
No,
she should have done this ahead of time.
Well, I didn't think it was going to be this much.
Okay.
And Sandy's too cheap to go to Weight Watchers, so...
Yeah, Lori tried to, you know...
Nobody's going to guilt me into it. I'm cheap. As soon as they lower it down to $5,
well,
I'll consider it.
I'm not going to do that. And Lori had suggested that we could be a great duo, but, you know, Lori from Fit and Fabulous Mama. Going to be a great duo. Yeah, not so much.
It's going to take me the whole 20 minutes.
I know, exactly. She's going to really be limited on her talking time. Anyway.
No, please.
I did want to say, we had got a message, and I'm not going to share it too much, but Suzanne from the channel RV Granny, you're in our prayers, you and your husband, and hopefully things go well, and they find that treatment plan that's going to help him. Anyway, she's already opening. Okay.
And this one's mine. See, it says Sandy. Oh, the little button candies.
Very nice.
Thank you very much, but I'm going to be giving them to my grandkids because I'm trying to limit my candy. But that was a nice thought. It reminds me of my childhood. Remember when we used to buy these?
Yes. I'm trying to show you the whole thing. Yeah, my kids will probably enjoy this a little bit more than me now that I've started back at Weight Watchers. This isn't a part of the plan, but very, very considerate because, yes, it does remind us of our childhood because I remember getting these, but they were little on a strip.
This one's mine. You know, you don't have anything in here.
That's fine. I know who they like.
This one's mine. Oh, damn it. Denise.
Get something.
Denise.
Oh, I think this is going to be candy.
It's going to be candy. My grandkids are going to go crazy. Denise.
My kids will be.
Oh, this is my favorite kind of candy, too.
Nickel. My dad.
And it says Sandy, so she must have known.
Well, mine's in here, that's why.
Oh, damn it.
I'm not going to get away with that.
I wanted to be special.
So.
Oh, and then we got another thing. Oh, Denise has a card. And I have a card. And then it says, my dear YouTube friends, Sandy and Denise, there's a little surprise to sweeten your day, a blast from the past candy. Calorie free. Ha ha. And it says, love you two gals, God bless.
And she gave us cards, 1960, which is the year I was born. Remember when a nostalgic look back in time. Well, this is going to be very interesting to read. My YouTube friend.
Oh, mine is 1950.
Yeah.
Now you've told everybody how old I am.
They already knew that.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, and then there's also in here. Sorry, I'm looking.
We don't meet people by accident. They are meant to cross our path for a reason.
Very nice.
Very
Mine
nice.
says the same thing.
And I'm an avid reader.
And I'm a pink kind of girl. Look what I got pink on.
And green is my color. Everybody on YouTube has been telling me that green is my color.
So you got that right too, Diana. You've been paying attention.
Boy, I should have bought my house then, $8,400. I paid $240.
Mine would have been $12,675.
Wow.
We're going to look through those. That's very,
really
very
nice.
nice, and I thank you. And I got a feeling that this is all kind of candy, isn't it, Diane? Let's see.
Let's see. It's from the San Antonio Shoemakers. Oh, yes it is. The banana splits. I haven't had that in
Dad's
forever.
root beer. Oh, remember those little root beer jugs? Like they're like.
Ooh, and little caramel things. Man,
Very
we're a weight
nice.
loss channel.
We're very happy.
But I'm very happy about this.
And this, I will of course taste test. I have to taste test some things here.
And I have to tell you that I finished my bunny off.
You ate it?
I ate it. It was edible. I was going to give it away, but I didn't.
Liar, okay.
It's on fire. Oh, here's the little root beer thing. I got those too. Love it. Oh, that's nice. When I was little, I wasn't allowed to have hard candy because my mother always thought I was going to choke.
What are these?
Oh, I thought those were the
Banana.
split.
Yeah, there. Banana split.
I thought they were the Mary Janes.
Oh, the banana split candy.
Up north where we go to our cottage, it's not our cottage, we run a cottage. They have
We
a little,
think it's ours.
We always call it our cottage. But they have a little general store and I always buy squirrels and Mary Janes and blackjacks. And just as I said that, Mary Jane!
Oh, that's going to be in this bag then.
It's my favorite. Well, thank you, Diana. Thank you so much.
Very appreciative, but really, you know, you don't have to. You know, if you want to send us something, I like cards, especially because you make them.
Yes, they're very
Yeah, I
nice.
got some Mary Janes too. And what else? Yeah. So thank you so much. We're
So
very
nice.
appreciative of that. And, you know, my kids will love you to death. I'll have to taste test one of each, of course, but that'll probably be about it. But this is going to be very interesting to look at.
Yes.
And I thank you so much.
I am such an avid reader because I always drive people nuts because I have a book that I read in my TV room and that book stays in my TV room. And then I have a book that I read in the bedroom before I go to bed and that stays on my nightstand. And then I have a book in my living room by my chair where I watch TV. And then I have a book that I bring for outside. And I read them all at the same time. They're all different books. They're not the same, obviously the same book. And so I'll just pick it up from where I'm at and then it might take a minute sometimes to catch with my story, but it's just what I do. And when I worked, I had one at work too.
I only read from one book, and yes, I am. We're just avid readers. I think,
I love reading.
you know, that was free.
Yeah,
When
we always
were
went to the
growing up.
library. We had a
'Cause
library
we went to the
card.
library. And so I think, not all of us, I don't know, maybe it's just me and you that kind of retain that, and we don't, I don't think,
Well, Susie and Pat kind of had their disabilities, so
Yeah.
they had a hard time reading.
and I don't think Michael reads, and
Michael,
I don't think Mary
no,
reads.
Michael reads, but he reads like, you know, men's stuff.
Like what?
He has like
Playboy?
like Playboy, yeah.
Men's
Hustler.
stuff? What do you mean?
No, I mean like sporting. He has like sporting magazines
Oh, yeah,
and
that's
stuff like
not
that. He
reading a
reads
book.
and stuff, but
It's not reading a book.
no, I read all kind. I love biographies and I just love all that kind of stuff. We're going to read the well, not me, but she's going to have Kylie read the Little House on the
Little
Prairie
Prairie
series
series.
because we're going to go to
Yep.
Minnesota,
Minnesota. And we're going to go to see
Walnut Grove,
Walnut Grove
and then we're going to go see Judy Garland's,
in the summertime.
and then we're going to go to
So
the
I've
Mall
got
of
some
America.
time, so Callie have a clue what we're talking about. Josh won't care at all.
Yeah, but
Anyway, so that's a plan for reading for her. We do read every day in our homeschool, and we're reading the classics, which is really interesting. And Callie likes it, so that's a good thing. I'll have to whittle those in next.
I just remember like after dinner when we went to school in the dining room, then my mother would have everybody sitting at the table and we'd all have to do our homework all at the same time, and
And I'd have to help with some of the homework with
not with me.
Not with you.
Not with me. I never had homework because I used to do it in school. Denise and I were, not to brag, but we were like the best students.
The first and the last.
The first and the last. And I would get all my work done at school, and so I wouldn't have homework, but my mother would still insist that you had homework, so you'd have to sit there. And since you didn't have homework, you had to help the other ones that had a little
So
bit of
she
a
didn't
problem
have to.
retaining.
Which, when you have 6 kids, you need all the help you can get. So I
And
don't-
being the oldest, I made all the rules, and so they had to follow me. So
And my brother Pat, he really couldn't read. He was dyslexic, but back then
they
people
didn't know
that.
that. Susie, I think, was dyslexic.
I think so too. So, and she just wanted him to graduate because she had a job waiting for him with working with my dad.
Yeah, but you had
And
to have a high school
You
diploma.
had to have a diploma, so I would do the homework. Such a good mom.
Yes.
And she would cheat and make sure that, you know, and she begged the counselors. Anyway, you know what? He had a very good job. And
Yeah,
it
very
was
good job.
many
And you know
years
what?
working.
And you know, you don't have to have a formal education
No.
to really be able to be smart.
So
You really
anyway,
don't.
but I just think that was funny that I was.
Yeah.
He was, you know, older than me by 3 years. I was
Doing it so.
anyway,
But
what else?
It was so much fun growing up back then. It's just not, it's so different nowadays. Everybody's got to have a play date. Whereas back then you just went out and played. And I remember, not so much with me, but with my brother and sisters, that the kitchen window, their friends would be outside and they'd go, when are you coming out? Because they had to do the dishes and that. I remember that we had to switch off with my brother Mike. And one week I would wash and he would dry, and then the one week he would dry and I would, well, you know, whatever, the opposite. I got that screwed up. But I used to get...
I didn't even correct her.
Man, I know. But I used to get so pissed because he would wait till his stuff would drip dry and then he just put it away. So one time I went in there and I poured water all over the dishes.
Mom would do that all the time.
You know. And
She'd
so
find that happening.
But my mother got mad that I did it because, and I said, you did it. Well, you know, because I snapped back at her.
Yeah.
That I had to do washer and dry for the whole week.
Yeah.
Both of them.
But we had a good life.
We did.
We have a good life now.
And I remember one time when I was babysitting, Susie said she was going to run away, and my mom had gone somewhere, and I was the babysitter. And I was just so mad that she wanted to run away. I went and packed her a suitcase and locked her out of the house. Told her, go, run away, I don't care. Well, she went down to Mrs. Martin's house. And so Mrs. Martin called my mother. And my mother knew him. When my mother got home, she says, well, where's Susie? And I said, well, she left. And my mother started crying and said, where are you? Let my girl, you know, and I felt so bad. And then she let me know, and then I got punished.
Yeah, no toleration for that.
But it was
Of course,
fun.
I would always get locked in the closet by Pat and Mary.
Yes, you
Because
did.
she was already gone at that point, and they would just put me in the closet, literally, and lock me in there, and then let me out before they got home. And then I would tell them that, and then they would not believe me.
No.
Because I was quite the...
You know, my mom wouldn't think that, you know.
No. Who would do that, really? Yeah,
Nobody's gonna
Pat and
do
Mary
that.
would do that.
Yeah. But back then we used to go out and you didn't have to be home till it was dark. When my father sat down for dinner, we ate dinner at 5 o'clock. When my father sat down for dinner, if you weren't sitting at the table, don't plan on eating dinner. The only excuse was if you were working or you had a school activity that you were going to. That, you know, that was an extracurricular. Because otherwise, you just didn't eat.
It's not like that now.
It's not like that now, that's for sure. And you had to talk about your day.
Well,
You still have family dinners.
Oh, yeah. If
every
we have
day.
to talk nice or we don't talk.
Yeah.
If we got nothing nice to say, then
Yeah.
Zip
it. Zip it.
yes. And it's nice that, I mean, you know, when I have, like, you know, they have their friends over, they're so appreciative of the meal. I think I've talked about this before. And they're just so polite and so nice. And Josh is like, what? This is it.
Yeah,
and I'm like, they don't, and I don't say it in front of them because that's just rude. But later I'd say, Josh, they don't have this. They don't sit at a table and eat. They get their food, you know, at whatever time, whatever they're going to get. And they go into the front room and they eat in front of the, you know, they don't have that. So anyway.
And plus, if we had a friend over my mother didn't really like, she would be so nice to them. And then when they would leave, she'd say, they're never coming back. But she would never tell them that, you know, in front of them. She would never embarrass you in front of them. Never. So that was different too.
Yeah.
But see, now people, like when I worked, people thought it was odd that I did family dinner every week. And I think some of our friends always think that's odd. You get together every week, you know.
They just are amazed that we want to be together.
Yeah. So, I mean, we do sometimes have our moments, which is
We get
what all
past
family
them
does
very
it.
quickly,
But my thing is now I got to remember who rings the dinner bell because they remember. And they, like, Sebastian never wants to be last. He has to take his turn being last, but
Yeah.
Sebastian has his issues in that. And then, but other than that, ringing the dinner bell, saying grace, and then it's all madhouse after that. Everybody's on a mad rush to get the thing. So, but I enjoy doing it. I love doing it. I love having my family, and I could never have another friend in the world as long as I have my family. That's all I really care about.
Are you going to cry?
No, I'm not gonna
You
cry.
sounded like you were going to cry.
No. I know. I get very
This is so
sentimental
new
lately.
because this is not
new.
who she was.
This is not who I am.
We are not people who cry in front of
No,
somebody.
no.
We weren't raised
and
that
I hate
way.
that because that's a sign of weakness.
What, did you cry in front
That you
of
cry
somebody?
in front of people.
Oh, yeah.
That's a
I
sign
think
of
that we
weakness.
were taught that. My
Yeah.
mom.
You don't cry in front of people.
She
It's a
probably
sign
even
of weakness.
said that
Yeah.
because, yes, I don't. That's my last life.
You wait till you get home in your private of
Yep.
your home, and then
Yep.
you can privacy of your home, and then you can cry all you want.
Yep. Like Abby Lee Miller.
Yeah.
She tells them to cry in your pillow.
Cry in your pillow.
My mom didn't say that.
She probably meant it though.
She probably meant that, but she never said that. But anyway.
But other than that,
Anyway.
but I don't know. We had such a good upbringing, and really, if we look back at it now, even looking at the prices of stuff, we were poor. I know we were poor, but we didn't know that. We really didn't. And so I'm very appreciative of everything that I've accomplished in my life and everything that we have in that. So, and we were taught early. I mean, we used to just have like little picnics and stuff because she had no money to do anything.
Yeah.
On Wednesdays, we didn't eat until she went to the grocery store. We never knew that.
True story.
It's a true story. My father got paid on Wednesdays. We had nothing to eat until we went to the grocery store, and then we had SpaghettiOs,
Yeah.
pork and beans, and a hot dog. That's why I don't eat hot dogs. You'll never see it. I haven't had a hot dog since I left home.
I'm not a big fan of a hot dog. I probably have one every about 2 months because my family likes them. I just don't. I'll have that ready when I'm going to go out. And that's what Gary can cook. She can't really
She
cook.
would make a boiled hot dog. She'd make a broiled hot dog.
Glorified.
A glorified hot
Put a
dog.
little strip of bacon in it and that was glorified.
It was just, she'd cut up a hot dog and put it in scalloped potatoes and say that was the meal. It was like, ugh. But I mean, hot dogs must have been pretty cheap. We had chicken on
Well, they're
Sundays.
still not real expensive either. You get 8 of them in the packet.
Really? I don't know. I don't buy hot dogs.
I get the all beef, but still.
Excuse me.
Oh yeah, I'm picky. You know, I'm picky.
She won't touch any meat that has a bone.
Very hard for me to. You'd
But
think
anyway.
I'd be a vegetarian, but anyway.
We want to thank Modern Day Lost because he doesn't want to be on a collab with us, but he said that if we sent a little 30-second video, which that was a trip, just making 30
We
seconds.
had to make more than one try at that
Yes.
because, likes to talk.
Well, I kind of threw her off a couple times, but
She likes to talk.
that's not true. I'm
So,
very quiet.
therefore, we had to make a couple of those. So we'll be sending that off to him, and that's very nice of him. We're still working on that collab. We really don't know exactly what we're going to be doing about it. And then, talking about that, another person, Transforming Melody?
Melody, yeah.
Melody or
Melody.
Melody. She did a group collab with, I don't even know how many. It seemed like 15, I don't know. Different channels. And but we talked about it before that. So I don't want you to think
Copycat.
because we had an idea in our head about doing it. So I don't know what it'll be, and we'll let you know more on some video here what we're going to talk about, whatever, and what other people are going to be. Other people have agreed, believe it or not.
Yes.
So we're still working on that, but
And getting me to talk about our channel in 30 seconds or less was quite a challenge.
yes, he had to tell her that.
He had to tell me that. I'm sure he did. I think he saw the videos
He
and
says,
said,
better tell her there's a limit.
there's a limit. Otherwise, she'll send me like a 5-minute video.
But I think it's a nice idea. And I don't know how he's going to do it. I don't know how it works out, but I don't think we would have a problem doing that ourselves. Every now and then. Like, you give shout outs, which is nice, but
I do that all the time.
I think this community is so good because it's like everybody can share. It doesn't have to be, these are only my people and, I'm not sharing them with you. I don't feel like that way in anybody that we've dealt with.
I don't either.
At all.
And I don't watch all weight loss channels. And
I
when
watch
they're-
all different people too.
And when they don't, like when they're in the habit of filming every day and then they stop filming, I'm thinking, where did they go?
Yeah,
What's the matter? Are they sick?
And you think you know them, but you don't know them. They give me those little clippets of their life. But anyway, because I do that
Well,
too.
I know Gina Pearson because we call and talk to each other
Well,
all
yeah,
the
that's a
time.
different story. But you kind of make friendships.
Hi,
and
Gina.
stuff.
Oh, and you know what? And I talk a lot with Kim from Fabulous Mamas. I do talk with her a lot.
So anyway, I don't know what else we were talking about that. Oh, so if we knew how to do it, we'd probably do it here. We do like to do the shout outs. Sandy does those all the time, which I appreciate. And I appreciate when other people do it for us because it is nice just to be sharing.
You know, you see channels that you never would have thought of looking for.
Exactly. Well, I found a lot of people that way because when they talk about them, I'll go down to that bar and I'll go look at them. I will check them out because, and I just keep growing. That's the problem though. You keep watching more and
more
people.
videos, then you're stuck in the house and stuff. Well, Valerie Reese has got a GoPro camera because she's got I think it's a wren or a sparrow that built a nest on her light fixture or something. So she's got one like the Eagles when they did the Eagles.
Oh, when they did the watch.
And so she's got that. That's pretty cool. She's been showing that, so I've been watching that.
I have a GoPro, but never figured it out. Remember, I bought it for last year. We never used it.
It took me forever to figure out why I couldn't get the sound to come out of my speakers on my computer, and then I finally figured out it was muted. Go figure. But there's a lot of stuff I can't do on the. I can't figure out how to do the refresh button on the phone, because when I try to respond, which I've said in my other video with Valerie Reese and Pretty Princess, it always says error, 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 and then
refresh button.
Valerie said to hit the refresh button, but I don't see any refresh button on there's a lot that you can't do on the phone.
Thank you, Lori, just talking about that. She told me how to fix my Fitbit, so I'm going to try that tonight. I have been on the go all day. I haven't had a chance yet.
She's so busy.
I really have. I
busy.
literally have been on the go all day. But anyway, we got to wrap this up.
Oh, we gotta wrap it up.
Like this?
Oh, like this. I never know when I say like this or like me, she gets mad. But then,
no, when I like me, that's the part when it's a 2-person channel.
but if it's just me on the channel,
It's our channel. She thinks it's her channel. That's the problem.
Look
Anyway,
back, way back when she said you're gonna have your own channel, and I said that'll never happen.
Exactly. Like this, subscribe,
comment,
and share.